Welcome to Make It Submerged, an Australian Survivor podcast. I'm Kirsty.
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Will.
Wow, it's been a big week of trickery on Australian Survivor, the post-merge week. We're so excited to chat about it. But before we get started, hit pause and subscribe to the pod so you can join us every week as we discuss the move makers, tribe shakers, bamboozling blindsides, and lots more. All right, let's get it on. Episode 1 of the week. It's the fallout after the big Laura blindside. We are back on the beach and we've already got AJ suspicious. How did Logan? Sus as a donkey.
Sus as a donkey. That is exactly what I was going to say.
He is sus as a donkey. Very suspicious as to why Logan suddenly found out she needed to play her idol. Suspects Kaz. Rightly so as well. He doesn't miss a trick, does he?
Yeah, and then we lead on to Kaelan saying that he thinks Kaz is the only smart person left, really, besides him, AJ and Miles. And he's planting these seeds about getting her out. And then, we later find out that he's been doing this on purpose for ages.
Yeah, he's saying he's been doing it for a long time, yes. I think was the exact quote. Bit of a slap in the face to everyone else that he thinks Kaz is the only smart one
other than those three.
But yeah, she is definitely a big threat as we find out.
So Logan's not feeling great about everything. She's quite like, the words Kaz uses are downtrodden and dejected. And Kaz is pleased about this because it means that she'll be like wanting to work with her.
Yes, exactly. She is in a bad old place, isn't she, Logan? I feel for her.
Yeah.
We get like quite an interesting confessional from her where she's obviously upset and she's saying she's finding it really hard to tell the line between friendship and alliance. And I just really feel like that kind of sums up her game for the past few weeks. Like we've been seeing her put a lot of trust in who she thinks are her friends and them being upset that they're also not her alliance and they're not playing with her.
I feel like her and Miles are kind of polar opposites in this regard. Like Miles is very much like it's just a game. Like whenever his name comes up, you kind of just see him laughing about it. You know, he's very like, nah, it's just a game, do what you got to do. Whereas Logan is more taking it to heart. And I can see why you would, because it is essentially like, well, yeah, it's a game, but these people don't want really to have you around. They'd rather work with other people. It is still kind of a bit personal, I guess, because it's like, well, why don't they want to work with you?
It's a game about building relationships at the end of the day. You know, the best Survivor players build great relationships with people, but that means that it's easy to, take it personally when people turn against you and you're like, oh, I thought we were friends.
Yeah, exactly. And but there has been quite a few times this season we've seen people getting voted out because people are saying they are hard to work with or they're prickly or whatever. So,
it's a tricky one. I would definitely be the same as Logan. I think I would find it hard not to take it personally. But we do get a shot from Kate where she says, like, we are all going to be friends at the end of this and it's just a game. You have to vote people out. And I think we kind of see Logan realise that over the course of this week.
Yeah, and you do find that, like, in the post-game, all of the Survivor players are on social media and all Bezzy mates.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like a proper close-knit, like, group of people. If you played Survivor, you're in the club, basically.
Yeah.
So Kaz is worried about AJ's alliance with Kate and Morgan. This has come up quite a few times. And she takes Miles off to the tree for a wee discussion. Is this the same tree that AJ was sitting in when he got the pep talk from Ali?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same tree. And then
the plotting tree.
It's such a versatile tree.
Yeah, and then we get this little like snippet of is it Kaz saying to Miles, oh, people think we're plotting, and Miles is like, well, we are.
Yeah. It looks very obvious between the two, doesn't it?
They're at the plotting tree. So Kaz floats the idea to Miles about voting out Kate, and Miles is on board because he thinks it'll weaken AJ, and he's working with AJ. He likes AJ, but it can't hurt to have him weakened a bit.
Definitely. There's such interesting dynamic between AJ and Miles this week. Like,
yes.
They're both kind of working together, but they both know they have to get the other one out at some point because they're both such big game players.
And I don't know if you saw the promos for this week, but it was really making it look like they were going to be gunning for each other, which actually they weren't really, but it made it look like they were.
They're trying to make it look like they're gunning for each other. Like AJ's trying to play the game that he's like, oh yeah, I'm against Miles now.
Yeah, but I also think secretly I don't know if he would be that upset if Miles did go home.
Yeah.
He's quite big competition for him.
Especially if they both got down to final tribal, I reckon that Miles would pull it because he's played the more visible game. And he's been visibly on the bottom, like.
And he's mad when you're saying that.
He's so lovable.
Miles has played a more visible game than
AJ. I know, right? That's really something.
Wow, really saying something.
Yes.
I mean, speaking of visible games, we get an interesting confessional from Kaelan.
Nice segue.
A confessional from Kaelan.
Yeah, I know. He's starting to get quite a few.
He is,
now.
yeah.
Wasn't bloody off the screen this week.
Yeah.
So he tells us that he is planting information with AJ in order to get AJ to make his moves for him. I can't remember if this was on record. I don't know if it was recorded or not, but I definitely commented on this recently because I suspected that's what he was up to. I think it was when he told AJ about Logan's idol.
Yes.
I thought he's kind of dumping that information with AJ because AJ's going to do something with it.
You said that. I remember
Vindication.
You absolutely said that, lad. I remember you saying it, yeah. And this has kind of been like a little subtle storyline they've weaved through the episodes.
Yeah.
Because right from the start, we had Kaelan like telling us that he was going to be playing it dumb, and then kind of a few episodes in, at one point he had to get a bit involved in strat chat and he didn't really want to. He's saying the golden retriever energy is slipping, and now it's really getting a real strong edit, this whole playing dumb thing.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Love
Same.
it.
He's doing the
Great
puppet master
strategy.
vibes, isn't he?
It's wonderful because you don't really see anyone successfully pull that off. Really, you just mainly see people kind of play what you'd think maybe is a stupid game, but it's really like joined by the confessionals saying they're doing it on purpose.
I wonder if we've just seen it before but badly edited, playing the sort of quiet game in terms of seeming a bit weak and not being a visible threat.
Yeah.
Under the radar is a strategy, and it's quite a proven strategy, really.
Kaelan's doing, if he pulls this off, I think it's a good strategy.
I'm totally here for the Kaelan win to come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
I love the big players. Everyone loves the big players, but it's not a great strategy.
It's a high risk.
It can be a great strategy, but it's high risk for sure.
Yeah.
And if Kaelan comes out and they've edited that way, because he's had no screen time pre-merge. He comes in post-merge now and he's playing this sort of strategic game. He's pulling the strings. I mean, we'll see what he says to Jono later, but I'm so here for that to work out.
Same.
And then just one thing I want to say as well that kind of ties into all this. Miles tells Kaz that he kind of wants to let someone else take the reins for a bit and go under the radar, really. And
that lasted all of 3 minutes.
I know.
So we're off then to the reward challenge. Myself, along with the contestants. What do you call them?
The survivors?
Survivors, thank you.
The castaways.
The castaways.
The castaways. Yeah, come on. It's in the opening credits. Is it the opening credits? I know it was in the American opening credits. Okay.
No.
10 castaways. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be in there somewhere. But anyway, myself, along with the castaways, convinced it was the auction.
Yeah.
It was exactly that setup. You had the table, you had
Auction Jono.
Yeah,
Auction Jono.
Behind his podium.
And his accessory, which came out.
Well, yeah.
Which wasn't auction based, but
It wasn't an auction.
the limited edition JLP coin.
That comically huge coin that he had.
You could see him struggling to flip it.
Oh my God, it was so
He had
funny.
2 hands to Why was it so
Chunk.
big?
It was
Absolute wedge.
Was it so the camera could see if it was heads or tails.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Heads.
Probably.
Even the head, it was just written head.
Yeah.
Right, I'm trying to decide what I enjoyed more, or would have enjoyed more. So either what it was, the comically big heads written, tails written coin, or he just whipped out like a standard coin from his pocket.
I've got one better. What? The head is JLP's head.
And what's the tail?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh my God, that coin.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
And he was so like giddy about it, wasn't he? Whenever anyone correctly guessed the coin toss, he was going on as if they'd won the whole thing. He's like, yeah, it is heads.
He just loves it when people succeed. Bless him.
Bless him. So I was just really thinking about this whole thing. The prizes were absolutely rubbish.
I mean,
Crap.
I love the. However,
I mean, let's not talk about the bogus prizes like the pickle. Even the good prizes were rubbish.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, was there something amazing behind like the other, like in the other thing
we
that
didn't even get to see
every
them.
time?
oh yeah, we never got to see.
I don't know. I thought maybe he wasn't revealing them because he was going to pull them out later, but
Well, the
But
phone
they
popped
actually
up again.
They
Oh, the
actually
phone did
asked
pop
him,
up
didn't
again.
they? Can I see what's under the other
They
one?
wouldn't even. He said no, but so what I want to know is like, so this stupid bowl of rice then that Kaelan wins that he's giddy about, what was that the good one, or was there something bad under the
I
other?
think that was the bad one, but I was also had this thing about the same question about the loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Because if you've won a loaf of bread, I would be quite pleased with that.
Substantial.
I'm guessing they couldn't take it back to camp because otherwise you're making sandwiches for like toast for like the next week.
Yeah, he's having a rice sandwich for the next 2 weeks.
I mean, it's something when all you got is rice and beans, right?
I would say so, but yeah, I quite liked it as a reward challenge. Actually, I found it quite fun because it was different. It wasn't like I didn't have to watch someone balance on something or like stack some boring dominoes. Like it was quite rapid, so I did quite like it.
I'm comparing it to the auction.
Yeah.
Oh no, compared to the auction, not as good. Compared to like a reward challenge where I've got to watch them like balance a stick or something. Do you know? I think it was a nice change.
Yeah, I know what you
nice
mean.
deviation, I thought.
Yeah, I do. I do know what you mean. I just missed the auction, I think. I like the kind of drama of one person trying to outbid another, someone spending their whole budget and it turns out to be a coconut.
I love the auction.
I think people might have figured out the tactic with the auction, though, is you go in early because the chances are you're going to win the prize where you get to sit on the table at the side and get a bit of everyone else's. Because that would be my strategy going into the auction is like, I'm going to get in there straight away. First thing. Boom.
First mystery item.
Yeah, first mystery item.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So we saw Polly get the option for a phone call home, and then it starts playing all this sentimental music. And then he's just like, nah.
But
I want to feed me and my muscles.
And then he gets the gherkin.
The pickle. I felt so bad.
Oh my
for
God,
him.
you could tell he was devastated. And he kept saying, didn't he? He kept saying, I'm still not over it.
he said at one point, I'm dying to get over it, but I just can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would be the same. But this is such a frustrating thing because had he have gone later, you maybe would have realised there's a dud one and there's
A good
what's meant to be
one.
a good one. And the phone call would have meant to be a good one.
Yes, so you would have known.
just-
Because he probably thought, okay, so it's a phone call or a lasagna.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a phone call or a
Or
pickle.
a pickle.
It's a phone call or a bowl of rice.
He got so done over.
Yeah, and then what did you think of Kate's reaction to getting the scroll? It was very dramatic and I loved it.
I was going to say, even before she finds out she's got the scroll, I love when she's like, she wins the coin toss and then she's like stamping her feet doing the stairs like, I want to see that one, I want to see that one.
Yeah, she's like some kind of like gazelle.
So
like
fun.
just the way
Yeah.
she moves in like this sort of gazelle-like fashion.
Yeah, it's so fun. It really reminds me of like, you know, when you're a kid and then you're excited to open like the biggest
definitely.
present and just like can't wait to open. Yeah, loved it. And I loved her reaction. to the
Yeah.
scroll as
And
well.
and then I loved her reaction when she found out what it was because it's like, oh, that is such a double-edged sword, isn't
Yeah.
it? I think Kate is very like charismatic and gets along with people, so she was able to kind of like take Kristen's was it a lasagna?
Yeah.
And like it was fine, but I think, if like a more spikier or less like people person had got
If it was
that.
AJ or Miles,
Yeah.
like, Miles would have laughed in their face as he took whatever
would
it
have.
was, fair.
I kind of would have liked to have seen that. Right, okay, hypothetical. Who would you like to see get the scroll and who would you like to see them steal something?
Oh, it's got to be Miles and Logan, as in Miles gets it, steals from Logan.
Or what about he steals it from Sarah?
That would be better, actually.
She would be livid.
She just wouldn't give it to him.
I'd be like,
take it, I'll kill you.
She'd take the beer and she would just like pour it on the ground.
Yeah,
Here's your beer.
that would have been such a good one.
And then another note I made was just John was saying to Polly, it's Survivor, you get what you get, you don't get upset.
Do you think he coined that?
I don't know.
Oh, coined that?
Oh.
Giant coined that?
It feels like something that could be a traditional Survivor saying, but I've got
Yeah.
nothing to back that up.
Yeah, I know. It feels like one of those ones that was probably said by Jeff years ago.
Yeah,
You get
like
what you
season
get, you don't
4.
get. Yeah. Season 1 when they don't want to eat the rat stew. You get what you get, you don't get upset. We get a little scene back on the beach before the immunity challenge where AJ tells us that he's back in the office, back at camp. And I just love that, being back in the office and his job is, just going around like putting names in people's
Orchestrating
heads,
things.
orchestrating. Just imagine that's your job. Just
I would
Survivor.
love that.
I love it.
You know what I had to note about AJ this week?
Go
How
on.
is he still in it?
I was just thinking this when we were just watching that last episode. How is he still in this? And it's like he said it as well. He was like, in spite of me taking all the hostages and throwing chat, how is he still in
I
it?
think he'd be target number 1.
But he is in his mega alliance with everyone on the beach.
True. That
Yeah.
must be why.
But how did that happen?
I don't know, because like in our pre-merge episode, or one of them, we were saying, will AJ make it to merge? And we're like, absolutely not. He's burned every single bridge with whatever he was up to that week. But
And
here
then-
he is.
And we had Logan with an idol saying she was going to burn him to the ground.
Yeah, that never happened.
I think AJ might actually just be weirdly charismatic. I think, generally, he's a poker player, right? His whole game of playing poker is about talking to people, getting a read off them by talking to them.
Yeah.
That's his whole game.
And I also get the vibe that he's just quite fun to have around.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was going to say easy to work with. I think easy to work with in the sense that he like kind of chats to everyone and he takes their ideas on board rather than being one of these like prickly characters that like it's hard to work with.
Yeah,
He's hard to work with in a different way in that he says he'll do your plan and then he doesn't. But
yeah, in a lovable kind of way.
lovable rogue.
Yeah.
Well,
So back on the scramble, we also get a shot from Miles as well, and he's doing a direct quote to camera. I'm the Rat King and I'm in control of this tribe. I have a question for you.
yeah.
Do you feel like it's a Survivor bucket list item to have a confessional where you're saying, I'm
Yes.
in control of this tribe?
Yeah, absolutely.
It comes up so many times, doesn't it?
It's the most common expression, and then it's most commonly followed by them finding out they're not in control of the tribe.
Now back on the bottom of this tribe.
One of the first times I really remember it being mentioned was Andrew, season 1, when he was saying this tribe is eating out the palm of my hands. I'm in control of this tribe, and then he like went out that episode.
Yeah, that was a precedent setter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ever since then, you pretty much know if someone says it, they're getting voted out.
But then
But
again,
Miles said it like 10 times
Yeah,
this
but
season.
he didn't get voted out, but he went back to being the jungle rat. He wasn't the
Not
king
the
of the
Jungle
rats.
King, yeah.
No, he wasn't the jungle king of the rats.
Yeah.
He was the jungle rat.
he's up and down, isn't he? So, onto the challenge then, immunity challenge. We've got some kind of seesaw-esque
Yeah.
contraption
Again.
with a ball on the end.
Yeah.
And you've got to put your foot up on or your leg up on one, and then you've got to balance it so that the ball doesn't fall off.
Yeah, the only rule is that you can't touch your leg, which That's what Jono says. But I mean, that can't be right because you can't touch the ball. You can't do tons of stuff.
Imagine like someone just goes up and grabs the ball like, I'm not touching my leg.
Yes.
I'm just going to hold the ball in place.
You said that was the only rule.
Yeah.
Loophole.
And then we get Kaelan out first, which I wasn't sure if he threw it or if he really did just lose control of the ball. But if he threw it, I think it's a good move because he just won 2 in a row.
I mean, I feel like what we're seeing from Kaelan, there's quite high potential. It could have been a throw.
Yeah.
Was it this one that he said that this was a dangerous challenge to show that you were good at, or was that another challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Because there was one where it was basically, it was like an endurance challenge of some kind. He was like, oh, this is not one you want to...
That might have been the big pole one with the tiny pegs that they had to balance on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
maybe.
he definitely did say it about
So maybe he's applying that strategy here. He's doesn't want to show that he's good at an endurance.
I mean, yeah. Good
I think
tactic if he is.
You really don't want to be winning 3 in a row.
No. If you win 3 in a row, you're basically dead.
You don't want to be the challenge beast.
You do not want that target on your back.
You save challenge beasting until the end.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a delicate line to walk, isn't it?
Better to be a jungle rat than a challenge beast.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, 100%.
So I just made a note about Miles in this challenge. He just doesn't stop, does he?
I love him. I can only imagine what must be like stood next to him.
Living with him.
Singing, dancing. And what do you think he was singing?
Well, last episode, we raised the question, what was Miles humming on the way back from Tribal in Logan's ear? We had a few theories.
Yeah, so it was that wee moment when Logan was like, Miles, please stop humming in my ear.
I mean, we watched that quite a few times, didn't we? But we thought maybe it's the Survivor theme tune. We thought maybe it was Celebration, something quite, upbeat, triumphant anthem.
Makes sense.
Well, we went to the Jungle Rat himself, and this is an exclusive.
Exclusive.
He confirmed what he was actually humming was High School Musical. And I think I speak for the entire Make It to Merch pod. Well, we can not be happier with that answer.
And it's better than I could have dreamed, honestly.
Our wildest dreams.
My wildest dreams. I thought if he'd said it was the Survivor theme, that was a peak. But no, somehow he managed to beat it.
The only other one would have been him going...
Oh, it's iconic. So, I mean, maybe he was singing that, but he was chattering away, quite happy. And he was in it for quite a long time as well. I think he was in it till maybe top 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get down to the end and we've got Logan and we've got Kate. I just made a note about how regal Kate looked in this challenge. Wasn't she?
Did she have the braids?
She
had the braids.
Like a crown.
She was like hands on hips, one leg up, solid.
It was like an elegant statue.
She was.
Yeah.
Logan also doing very well, but unfortunately bested by a bloody spider.
I know.
I have a question.
Go on.
Do you see the spider? Because I kind of looked away because I don't like spiders.
I thought I could see it because it basically looked like her shoelaces, and I think it was pretty big.
I couldn't see it, but I don't know if it was that big that I just didn't register that it was a spider because it looked like laces. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to check the tapes, but...
I love how she tried to blow it off.
Yeah, from that range is going to do anything.
Let's love her. I mean, why was JLP not coming and blowing it off?
Anyone could have come.
Yeah, JLP's been doing some assistance recently, but no such luck with... But maybe JLP doesn't like spiders either.
He's just got spider phobia.
Yeah.
That could have been a health and safety risk. It could have been a, dangerous, poisonous spider.
I'm pretty sure there would have been someone there spotting that instantly if it was.
You never know. Anyway.
Kate wins. Another challenge beast.
Yeah.
Challenge beast. I've got another note about Kate.
Oh, go on.
Ooh.
I loved when she went and got her immunity necklace and she said to JLP, does it look good? And he was like, yeah. And then she was like, shall I strut? And then she did like a model runway strut with the immunity necklace.
Kate is just fun.
I'm really friends with her.
It's so fun. And I'm fuming that we didn't really get more of her in the first kind of half of it. We didn't see her at all.
I know.
I was confused for a second because I thought, what, did she get voted out?
I don't know. I mean,
that happening?
invisible Edda.
Yeah.
There's too many big names early on.
I mean, you had people like Nash, and
Mash and Kent, yeah.
Every now and then you just think like, oh,
it just seems so long. It seems so long ago. And do you know what? I really miss that bit they used to do at the end where they kind of like pay respect to all the like fallen castaways, and you're like, oh my God, remember them?
Yeah.
And they'd have to think of something to say about each person. And it's like maybe the finalists weren't even in a tribe with them in the first place. And it's like, oh,
yes, that one.
yeah.
oh, Des.
Oh, Des.
That's why
Good
I'm
old
annoyed
person.
they changed the credits, because I like to do that personally at the merge. I like to be like, oh yeah, remember
them.
Not
Remember Candy, yeah.
yeah, Candy.
Yeah.
He's still in the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness.
On the bus home.
It's Candy.
Okay, so back on the beach then, we've got Kaz plotting a big move. I'm super excited by Kaz's gameplay this week. I feel like she's really solidifying herself as a big character. Obviously, we know how it ends, but yeah, I'm really excited by her scramble.
Yeah.
She's furious because Kate has won immunity. She says, why can't people just win the immunity like I've planned them to win, not how it's actually happened? But she's established that Kate and Morgan are essentially a power couple. They're a big threat when they're together. They need to be split up. So she's gunning for Morgan in this episode.
Yeah. Whereas we've got AJ is still very keen for getting out Kaz, but he is sus as a donkey that someone has told her that he's gunning for her. So then I think he has a wee chat with Miles. Then they kind of discuss, is it better to vote out Kaz, better to vote out Logan?
Yes. AJ's suspicious because I think Kaz is being very nice to him.
Yes. Oh my God. That was exactly it. Forgot. Yeah, that's why it's because she's being nice to him.
Those two have like such a funny relationship because I think Kaz is the same. She's very suspicious of AJ and she's always saying that in her confessionals.
Yes.
Suspicious.
Suspicious. Yeah. We've also got this like really fun bit where AJ's talking about Miles, and he's saying like Miles likes to just do whatever he wants and take care of the mess after. I like to do whatever I want, but not betray anyone's trust. I'm thinking, really? Is that what you do?
I mean, he's betrayed quite a few people's trust, has he not?
Maybe this is like the new AJ, like post-marriage AJ. Has he betrayed anyone's trust post-marriage?
Good point. I think he has taken a little bit of a back seat almost, hasn't he? He's just been working really hard on those alliances. I mean, he's still causing chaos.
Yeah, and then
in a more subtle
He did
way.
say at one point he needed to like settle down a bit just to lay low, didn't he?
yes.
It's a good tactic.
So yeah, him and Miles both allegedly laying low right now.
This is them laying low.
This is them laying low, Jesus Christ. So then he does, well, AJ also tells Sarah that if she doesn't vote for Logan, it's okay. He'll just do his own thing at Tribal.
I mean, that is not what you want to hear from AJ, is it?
Would you say Zara is pleased when he says that?
She is absolutely not pleased. What does she retaliate with?
I don't know, but I just remember she drags aside Kristen and Kaz and tells them what AJ said. She like relays it back to them that if they don't vote for Logan, AJ says he's going to do his own thing at Tribal.
So we then get AJ and Miles having a bit of a chat. It's the chat where they're chatting.
Oh, and then Kaz comes over. Yeah.
And then Miles and AJ are chatting, and then from Miles's point of view, he can see Kaz. She must have been storming down the beach towards them.
Storming down the way. No such thing as a poker face with a lot of these players, is there?
And Miles says, Karen's coming, and she looks cranky.
I feel like this is just what she's been driven to. Like she just can't even pretend not to be fuming with them anymore because she's just so fed up of them having a plan and then it changes again.
She's she's sick and tired of it. She's had enough.
Yeah, so she's like demanding to know from AJ why he's changed the plan. And really, the reason he's changed the plan is because he was going to gun for her. But then he's decided, okay, no, we'll not do that. Oh, do we want Logan or do we want Kaz? He's decided on Logan. So then he's changed the plan. He's obviously not going to say that to Kaz. Oh, yeah, well, I changed my mind. I didn't want to vote you out.
Yeah.
But she's just fuming because she's like, now, as usual, it's all last minute. No one knows what's happening.
This is a recurring theme of literally every episode, isn't it? I really like this like storyline that Kaz gives about her and AJ being in a dysfunctional marriage and been pretty much working together since the off. But she's had enough to issue the papers or whatever.
What's the divorce?
So we're off to tribal then. We don't really know.
And I'm also laughing, right? Because like the episode before, there was a plan and then Kaz told Logan to play the idol.
Yeah.
So they're both, there's fault on both sides.
True. But I feel like Kaz was a bit more subtle with it, maybe.
So it doesn't really matter in the end.
Turns out, no.
Yeah, so us as a viewer trying to work out who the hell's going to go because we were also very confused. Get to tribal and tonight's a little different.
Were you fuming when you heard this? Because I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just a bit, to what end?
Yeah, because I was thinking, well.
But then was Kaz gunning for AJ maybe? Or, I don't even know.
I don't mind a twist, right? But I feel like this season, every time there's a twist, they've been really amping up the vote beforehand. Like the pre-tribal, like Scramble is like, oh, this looks like it's going to be a spicy one, and then tonight's a little bit different.
Yeah,
like, it's really been,
But
they tease it.
Yeah.
But that said,
wow, this one is a goodie.
I was very quickly eating my words when I heard what that twist was.
God, it was just so
unprecedented,
so stupid, and JLP was just loving it. So
he was lapping up their tears.
Oh my God! So see when he first tells them there's going to be a barren tribe. You're going to go to this beach. You're going to have nothing. You're going to be starting from scratch. No food, no shelter.
It just sounds horrifying.
There's the bounty tribe who are going to go back to the existing camp.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get a lovely breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Wow.
And they're going to get an advantage at tribal.
Oh, yeah, the advantage.
Oh, the advantage.
At tribal, at the immunity.
Yes, they get so this like just sparks off a ton of whispering from everyone. And JLP is surprised because, there is an element to like some people are going to be voted for to be in this barren tribe, and Kate is going to be in the bounty tribe because she won the challenge and she can pick someone to go with her. But the rest of the people are going to be decided by rocks.
And
After we were talking about how it never bloody goes to rocks, and we had that whole like lengthy discussion last week all about rocks, what it'd be like, how giddy JLP would be, what we thought the pouch would look like. I was going to post the content on our socials about how it never gone to rocks. It was going to be this great like evergreen content I could push out next week. He's going to rocks for this barren bounty thing.
I cannot believe it. Rocks.
It's not real rocks.
It's not real rocks.
It's not.
I
mean, they probably are the rocks.
No, yeah. They're not going to have multiple sets of rocks.
Maybe they do. Maybe they have like...
Here's the rocks for the, who cares?
So,
here's the special occasion rocks.
Twist rocks and decider rocks.
Yeah, so they were... Well, we did also find out that it's rocks for... It was confirmed as rocks to draw the challenge spots too, because we were talking about that last week as well.
Preempted it all.
Yeah, it's very odd. So, yeah... They vote first off. First off, we have Kate deciding that she will take Morgan to the bounty tribe with her. Was it not?
Yeah.
All right.
Just wasn't a shock.
That's such a surprise. Yeah.
I got the name wrong. Okay. No.
I was really glad that Kate did get to pick. Well, that Kate got an advantage.
Yeah.
Like, at first I thought, Kate's just been done dirty here.
Yeah.
She's won immunity for nothing.
So
but
that
she does
stupid
get to
ball.
go to
Yeah.
The good tribe.
So then they have to vote for the
Yeah.
next two to go across. And then this is where all the discussion is coming from, because they're very adamant that.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about Paulie.
Oh my
He
God.
literally says at one point, like, why
have
am
I
I being
done?
punished?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can just feel his pain.
Absolutely fuming when his name starts coming out that urn.
And he was very clear.
I mean, I'm sure, certain he did not want his name coming out the urn in this episode either. And I loved how Kaelan was trying to justify it to him. Like, oh, we wanted strong people in either tribe or something. Like, no, come on, Kaelan. He's not daft.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just the reactions from Polly and Logan as the votes are coming out against
And
them.
JLP.
And JLP. And AJ as well. So Polly gets the most votes. So he's automatically going to the Barren tribe.
Yeah.
And then AJ and Logan get 3 votes each.
Oh, yeah.
So then it actually ends up like a revote.
I forgot about the revote. Yeah, God, it was all popping off.
I know, a revote to decide who's going to which beach.
Yeah.
So then in the end, it's Logan going to Barren.
Oh, I mean, you just couldn't
And
pick 2 more people that have been really going through the ring.
through the ringer, and she is not pleased, and she's just flat out asking Kaelan, like, did you vote for me?
Yeah.
I don't think Kaelan tries to pull out the line again about the strong people. I think he's realised that's not a gore.
I also really like, by the way, you know, when there's a revote, that someone gets elected to take the urn back to the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Zara this time. Sophie was like, Zara, take the urn back with you. Kind of like, you know, when you're in school and then you get trusted with like the registers to take back to reception or something.
Imagine you dropped it.
I
Do you think it's made out of like clay or something?
I imagine it's a precious artifact.
Handed down from generation.
Jono's been in the jungles of Peru, like sourcing that urn.
Yeah, he's been crafting it himself along with his watchmaking.
With his watch, yeah.
He's been in his watch workshop crafting this urn. So then, what do we get?
It's the rocks. I'm still not over it.
I'm still not over the fact we got it. And then also, it's just this big grey pouch. Just this like old sack he's found lying around.
Do you reckon they designed that prop in like season 1? And then they were like, there's no point like doing it up. We're never going to use rocks. And now this season, like, oh no.
Because we had a wee bit of homework last time. I was looking into how many times rocks have actually been used in the American one. And what I found out was like 3 times in 49 seasons.
Wow.
Which, I mean, that is not a lot. When you think about 49 seasons, how many tribal councils? At least 12 per series, but then more as the series went on. Like, tons of tribal.
It's
And then only 3
extremely unlikely we're going to see rocks in Australian Survivor anytime soon.
Stop it.
But yeah, in that video of the American one,
Yeah.
Jack had some real jazzy pouches, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh.
each one was different.
Yeah, each one was different, and I feel like the rocks were different. But to be fair,
was different
there's
coloured ones.
probably like a gap of like 10 years in between.
Yeah. They're like, oh, where's that pouch from season 1? We'll have to find it.
Blowing the dust.
So anyway, Jono pulls out this big grey boring rock pouch, which we'll be interested to see if they go to rocks, if we'll see this grey pouch again, or if it'll be something different.
Or it'll be a jazzy pouch.
It'll be
I
jazzy.
hope
The
it's
special
jazzy.
tribal rocks.
I really certainly hope it would be.
The tribal
So
boulders.
So the black rock is for Bounty.
Yeah.
And the white rock is for Barren.
Yeah.
So
So we get them. They all
take a rock.
take a rock. I just love the like, don't look at it. It's like so, it's in your
Yeah.
hand.
What do you think he would have done if someone did look?
Oh,
Do
he
you
would have been
think-
furious.
Do you think he would have made them?
You've made a mockery of my first rocks.
No, didn't this kind of happen one season? It was like they were drawing something, and then someone was looking at it.
You're not thinking of Deal or No Deal Island.
No. No, it happened in Survivor because Jono was like, I said, don't look at it.
What?
I feel like this happened like
More
a few
homework.
seasons ago. Yeah.
Was it like tribe swap or something?
It might have been something like that, yeah.
God, we're a bad podcast.
They
I
were
never
on the
remember anything.
beach. They were on the beach when it happened. I remember that much.
That narrows it down. Yeah, we're on the beach.
Well, it wasn't a tribal.
Yeah.
Oh, we will have to look into that because, maybe they have come up for other like challenge deciders. But
anyway, no one looks from what we see.
Yeah.
They reveal them. And then it's either Miles or Kaelan is looking at their rocks laughing and calling, calling themselves the Barren Boys.
I love that. That's such a good name for a band.
The Barren Boys.
That'll be a tattoo.
And then we get Jono.
He cannot contain himself.
Loves it.
I think, when someone's laughing and it makes you laugh more.
Yeah.
JLP throughout this whole thing was just making like me laugh more.
Yeah. It was so, we rewound it like 5 times.
He was just so amused at their crestfallen little faces.
Yeah.
It's like the cuts to like Paulie, like,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to Logan, like,
Logan was
and
like
John
on the brink of
was just
tears.
like laughing his ass off.
You know what it was? Like, when you have to be really serious, like if you're in a meeting or like when you're at school or something like that. Yeah,
You're not
funeral,
supposed to laugh, yeah.
It was just peak
even
that.
funnier.
And the more names he read out, the more he was laughing. And then it just made me die at the end where he was like, oh God, get serious again. You will be Barren.
Because he was actually just like cackling as he laughed reading their names.
So good.
So did he read out the names of everyone on Bounty first? And he kind of got through that fine. And then he was trying to read out the Barren Boys. Everyone who was on.
I can't even remember him reading out the Bounty because it was like
Too distracted by the Barons, yeah.
He just couldn't.
it was so funny.
It was so funny. He just couldn't stop laughing.
Reveling in their misery.
Logan. Polly. I rewound it multiple times.
Yeah,
It was so
same.
good. That's one of my favourite JLP clips we've had so far.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, just brilliant. So then, did we even see anything else? I think we just, we see the thunderstorm, the rain start, and then they're off to their respective.
It's another episode where we don't see the votes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which always annoys me, but it's fine. So the next episode is called GRIM.
Grim. That about sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My favorite thing was like, so we obviously get like the recap, but then the opening scene is just like taking up the entire width of the screen. Barren, boom, grey typeface, like the grey colour scale filter over
Everything's
everything.
like super desaturated. It's just like so depressing.
Right.
It's like the beating sun with like the birds flying over it. Like, there's all like albatrosses or something coming to eat them. Right? It's just great.
It was so good.
Like the vultures.
Yeah.
It looked bloody miserable.
I was surprised they didn't do like a lightning clap when the Barren name came up. Like,
Barren.
it looked rich.
I mean, if the producers had control over the weather, that is exactly what they would have wished for.
I mean, it was raining the first night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Maybe they did have control over it.
Like
they couldn't have planned it
they couldn't have
better.
hoped for anything more. Like that was.
Unless, do you think they were waiting to pull out this Barren bounty twist, and they were
storms
waiting?
forecast.
Yeah, they were watching the forecast to see like what is the worst
Jono's
night we
there
can
with
do
the
this.
storm surge button.
because I'm sure they say at one point, "Oh, the weather hasn't been this bad for ages."
Yeah, they did.
I think.
Oh my
they're
God.
shenanigans. I think.
mean,
Producers are just there with a brew listening to the shipping forecast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's tonight. Jono, it's tonight. You're getting your rocks. You're getting your Barren Beach.
Finally.
he's like doing a dance across the
Chelsea,
room.
giddy because it's going to rain.
Dun, dun, dun,
JLP,
dun, dun, dun.
JLP been doing like a rain dance for the last week, hoping it's going to rain so he can send them all to Barren Beach.
Yeah. Oh, I just loved it.
I loved it.
We get this.
No,
I'm still not over it.
no.
The Paulie montage.
Oh, I loved it. I
That is-
felt so bad, but loved it.
Yeah.
I was dying when.
I
Da, 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 da,
music.
da.
And then, oh my God, just JLP coming up so many times on the screen
I
saying,
can.
Polly,
Paulie.
Polly.
Ollie.
And the Kirkin
The girl, that big pickle. Oh God!
The shots of him looking back from the tree.
Yeah, the tree. The tree makes another feature. Well, it's a different tree. Actually.
A tree. Yeah.
It's the depression tree. And then he's so disappointed in everyone for sending him to this piece of bleep barren camp.
I mean,
I got you, Will. You don't have to censor out my swearing.
Saved me 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
I would have been furious too. It looked miserable as sin. You know, when they showed that clip of them from the night before, and it was like, we got no sleep last night. It was just the four of them sat up. They can't even lie down or anything.
Just leaning on each other, huddled. Yeah.
I would have been under a tree or something. I would have left.
I mean, it's just all cascaded for Paulie, hasn't it? Like, it's one thing after another. Like,
I know.
You know, everyone hated him. Then he got taken out by a torch. Then he got a pickle.
Yeah. Oh,
now he's on the Barren Beach with nothing.
Yeah. Pickle wasn't the final straw. Barren Beach will do it.
Yeah. And then he kind of seems to know that Miles voted for him as well. Yeah. So that's like another.
Oh, yeah, because they actually have a conversation.
Final nail in the coffin.
Miles is like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
I mean, yeah. But then we cut to Bounty. And again, Bounty, but this time, all the
it's a bit like, have you seen the Wizard of Oz? I'm sure you have, but do you know how the start's filmed in black and white?
Yeah.
And she goes.
Totally, yeah.
And then she ends up in Oz and it's all like, Technicolor.
Yeah. Very that. Yeah. The yellow brick road from Bounty to Barren.
The path to hell.
We're just having like such a lovely time over there.
Just a jolly old breakfast. They've got eggs.
Oh, that breakfast looked lovely.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed the shot of Kate and Morgan by the well. And Kate's like to Morgan, I hear you look great with the fringe. And she's like, well, you cut it for me with a machete.
Yeah.
I was just so disappointed we didn't get that machete hairdresser salon.
Did she do it? Like from the hair?
I don't think so. I feel like we would have seen that if they use a machete to cut a fringe. That would have been iconic.
We've not had many like of those kind of wee fun moments, have we, this season? There's just been so much.
There's too much chaos.
There's too much like chaos. Yeah. The editing again in this bit was really good because it kept cutting between conversations. Like Kate and Morgan were having a conversation and Zara and Kaz were having a conversation and they were basically all saying the same thing. Oh, it's a shame they don't want to work with us. Oh, we really want to get Miles out.
Yes, I loved that. But thankfully they did come together.
Where's like AJ for all this? But he's the only one that's
in a hammock.
Yeah, in the tree.
Oh yeah, he was in a hammock actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God. And do you know what? That's probably Nash's hammock. Remember Nash's hammock?
Oh yeah.
It is.
So yeah, when Kate tells AJ the plan about getting Miles out, he says he's not against it.
Yeah, he says.
And Miles is cooking his game. Miles is cooking his own game. Miles is cooking AJ's game.
Yeah.
Because he's just doing all this chaotic stuff. And then AJ's guilty by association. And we did see that. We saw that when he made the move and saved Polly. And like Zara was coming at AJ? And he's like, I don't know what you think I've done.
Yeah, exactly. As janitor, AJ is automatically embezzled in these plans of Miles's.
I can't get my head around like AJ is like what, like kind of the voice of reason, cleaning up after Miles, like the hostage guy. It's like the voice, like, trying to clean it up while Miles is doing. We go back to Barren then, and it's more of this. The grey filter's back. It's like you'd think they're in completely different countries. The weather is so different between these two beaches. And Polly's just saying he can't trust anyone on this beach. In fact, he's never felt so grim in his whole entire life.
I mean, yeah.
It
looked horrendous.
It looked grim.
So he decides that he needs to go into a kind of self-preservation mode, and the only way that he can do that is to basically turn against Miles, which I respect him for this, because you can't really pledge your entire game to one person for one move. I mean, you can do it up until the point where it doesn't make sense for you anymore.
Yeah.
And it does not make sense for him anymore. But this gives him like a new lease of life over on Barren. Like once he decides he's going to target Miles, he's like, you know what? it's not going to get much worse than this. Wow, that was famous last words. But
speaking of positivity,
where does he? Right, I want. He's what Kaelan's having. How is he that happy?
Something in those coconuts.
Yeah.
He's just a ball of sunshine, isn't he?
He's never unhappy.
Well, did you say that he'd reopened the coconut bar?
I think he did reopen it in the Barren Beach. Yeah,
Kaelan's is back open
for a bit.
he's always cracking open his coconuts. Like.
Oh my god!
I mean, they needed a coconut bar on that beach. They needed.
Oh yeah, he was on the offensive in terms of trying to just bring people's mood up, wasn't he?
Yeah. And from a more strategic point of view, he does say that he thinks it's kind of good from a game point of view because it's bonding them all together, how wretched this whole experience is.
Trauma
bonds.
Yeah.
And he really does come across like that Labrador he was talking about, or that golden retriever. He just feels like a puppy dog in like a nice way. Like
he seems so nice.
Wholesome.
Imagine if Kaelan wasn't on that tribe, bringing them up, and you had someone there like Zara. Like they would.
What you think Zara wouldn't be bringing them up?
I think she would have done one. I don't know if she would. She would have been so angry. She just would have self-combusted.
Yeah, she'd have thrown her buff on the fire.
Yeah,
put her own torch.
Yeah, what did you think of this scene where we had Kristen and Kaelan both giving each other
their final two? It was very meta, wasn't it?
It was so odd.
And then when they were like, "Oh, it'll be a short episode,"
I know because they were both.
I actually did find it quite funny because again, it's the stuff you don't really see.
Yeah.
It was funny because like Kristen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hers was like for Kaelan was just like, talking about how he'd been playing this secretive game and little did anyone know that he was like, secretly plotting. And then his for her was just like, yeah, I'm just a lovely person. And I'm just such a beautiful person. And that's why I should win. It's like, right, okay then.
Yeah.
That's what you think of her game, is it?
Yeah, I know. That's a bit of a shady remark, actually.
Yeah.
But Kristen hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Well, little did she know, I think.
Yeah. So that may come around.
So the four of them are kind of united anyway. Kaelan, Polly, Kristen and Logan, because they all want Miles out.
Yeah.
And then we get the challenge. And to quote JLP, it's a Survivor classic.
It is. We've seen this one quite a few times. How did they get up in the first place?
Ladder.
That's what I want to. Is it a ladder?
I think
JLP gives them all a leg up.
Isn't there one where he had to bring out the ladder to get someone down?
Ooh, you might be.
It might not have been this exact challenge, but I'm sure he's had to bring out a ladder before, and it was a Survivor-themed ladder as well. It was
what?
It was like a rope ladder kind of thing.
A rope ladder?
I might be misremembering, but I think it was a rustic jungle-themed ladder.
When you said Survivor themed, I thought it was just like a regular ladder, but with the Survivor logo. I was like, they'll probably sell them.
I'd buy it.
I'm sure in season 1, this challenge, though, they didn't have the element where you moved down, did they? Or were you just on the...
No, and I think that's...
on ours.
For ages, yeah.
Is that why he had to, bribe Brooke to get off?
Yeah, that was it. She was up there for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And
JLP soon put an end to that going forward.
We saw no more of that.
Now it's like they have to move down and onto those tiny pegs that no one can sustain for.
They may as well not even be there, those pegs. They're ridiculous, aren't they?
A wee note I've got is that when the Barren tribe walk in, Jono says to Bounty, "Here comes Barren." Just loves it.
They're just like all bedraggled from their night.
And still, when it cuts to them on the mat, it's all like grey. And then it cuts back to Jono, and it's just like gleaming sunshine and loveliness.
I'm surprised he didn't bring out like grey buffs for the trip to Barren.
Drop your buffs, it's Barren time.
Yeah. And Bounty all get given these like flower crowns.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, like, did you see Laura's Jory Villa?
Yeah.
With the little floral crown. Yeah, exactly like that.
I put it in my head. Yeah, exactly like
I'd
that.
love that.
I was going to ask you actually a fun hypothetical, and then I forgot and moved on to the challenge, but I'll just do it quickly now.
Go on.
So if you were going to be on Barren Beach and you could pick 4 other players from this current season to be on Barren Beach with you, who would you pick?
Definitely Kaelan, because I would want a bit of that positive energy.
Yeah.
I'd probably go for Paulie.
Yeah.
Would you?
Well,
Do you want?
oh, you drag him down with you.
I thought he'd be dragging you down.
Yeah, I think he'd be drag. Depends which Polly it is.
Yeah.
Like, Polly, young, innocent, fresh Polly from the start of Survivor, or jaded.
No, I'm going Paulie when he's thriving off his like revenge on Miles. Well, not even revenge, but
Yeah.
So I'd go for Paulie, and then who else would I have? Kate.
Yes.
She would be fun.
I would have Kate.
And then I've got one more, probably Zara.
Yeah. I think, you maybe just want a bit of that entertainment value.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, who would you go for?
Golden God.
That's going to be my second question.
No, it'd be definitely Kaelan. Kate's a good one. AJ,
Oh yeah, AJ.
I think would be decent to have for the tactical advantage.
Yes, I think that's a good shout. Actually.
Oh, I wasn't even.
You're thinking more
tactical,
from
I was
a, like bringing you up. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the last one would be. Maybe I'm trying to remember everyone. Maybe Zara as well. To be fair,
The walls. Yeah, I think I would do like Miles, Sarah, and then I think Kaelan and Kate for the uplift
Yeah.
part of it.
That's a
So
good combo.
part 2 of the hypothetical. So you're on Survivor. You're going to be sent to this horrible barren beach with nothing, no shelter, no food, no fire.
grim.
And you can pick 4 former contestants to be on the beach with you. Who do you pick?
From any season.
Golden God.
Any season.
Right, go on.
Golden God. Shawnee.
Yeah.
George. Why?
Oh, I love it. That would be a hoot. That is some big names.
You're not coming back from that beach alive, but you'll have a good time while you're there.
Having a great laugh.
Yeah, I think I'd go more for like who's going to be the most fun.
Yeah, I think
in such a drab place.
Yeah, I think so.
So I would probably also go for George. Because why not? Who else would I have?
Would you pick Jackie and Zach?
Oh, yes.
And then who else would you drag into the mix?
Oh, I just love them so much. I love their dynamic.
I reckon Nick would be there trying to break up their arguments. Guy Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what would be quite fun? Would be like George, Shawnee, Jackie and Zach. Then you would have George and Shawnee just to be watching the chaos of Jackie and Zach together. But no, I think what I was going to say that I would go for would be George, Shawnee, Kent for the fire.
Oh, yeah.
build
He's gonna get
the
that fire started.
Fire.
He's the fire starter.
And then maybe Ferris.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actor.
that's a good shout.
That would be a hoot.
I think it'd be fun. I think I'd maybe go Luke.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I feel like he'd bring up my morale.
Yeah, he would.
Probably George, because again, I think he'd just be so funny.
It'd be so fun.
Golden God,
Yeah.
Of course.
also fun. And then I think I'd go Nick, because I just think he loves Survivor as much as, well, he loves Survivor more than me probably, but I feel like the pair of us could just sit on this barren beach and just talk about Survivor.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Oh, God. You've got me Jones in for Barren now.
Oh, no.
Okay, there's a choice. Barren with your choice of former contestants, or Bounty with like contestants you're not as keen to spend time with.
Barren.
Yeah, a bit bazzy.
At the end of the day, it's only one day, isn't it? So it's not like you're spending half your game there.
That's a once in a lifetime. Barren with those.
Yeah, it's actually a dream. It's the kind of thing, like if I saw it at like one of those Omies competitions that you can enter, and it's like spend 2 nights on this bleak beach in the rain with these 4 people.
Sign me up. Okay, so the challenge. So it goes on quite a while. We've got the Barren tribe have to start automatically on the lower footholds, or the middle tier. And then we've got the Bounty, who are just kind of chilling at the top for quite a bit. And then we're left pretty much at the end with Kate and Zara for Barren. And then we've got Paulie hanging on for dear life on Barren. Oh, sorry, Kate and Zara on Bounty. Paulie, I'm kind of thinking like I was like, he went for it more than I thought he was going to, considering I think he was pretty confident that everyone was turning on Miles, but little did he know he needed that more than anyone. Oh, it looked so painful. And then you've got Zara and Kate, who for quite some time were looking very comfortable. It's only towards the end where Kate starts to really look like she's struggling. And then Zara tells her, we can't come down, Kate. Why are you roping Kate into this? Like, why don't you stay up? Yeah. I loved it.
Oh my God, thank you.
So then we see, unfortunately, Paulie does fall and Barren lose. I mean, they were really set up for failure with this task, with this challenge.
Yeah.
It's a sad times.
So we're back on the beach for the scramble. They can only choose to vote out 5 people from Barren. So there is not as many, names to work with. And the consensus generally is Miles because, like, ironically, both tribes had kind of separately come to this idea on their own anyway. But Kaz is worried. She's worried AJ is going to do something. And Zara tells her, well, even if AJ flips and does something weird, it's just one person.
Yes. But little do they know that at this point that Miles has an idol.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten that myself, to be fair.
He was sitting on it for a little while, hasn't he? So AJ knows that Miles has an idol.
Yes.
So we see AJ tell Miles, it's coming for you and I cannot be seen talking to you. We need to look like we're going against each other, which we later find out that Kaz found that very suspicious. Yes. Rightly so.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a lot of different conversations. Kaelan.
Yeah. So because Kaz is worried, she's basically saying she really wants Polly as a backup split.
Yes. Kaelan doesn't want to vote Paulie because he's worried that Paulie will yell at him.
Because
he's sick of being voted for.
And to be fair, earlier, Kaelan was the one like pulling the 4 of them together. Like, we'll all stick together. Yeah. We're all the underdogs.
Yeah, true. Is this when Paulie's saying he does not want his name coming out of that?
I absolutely love this, right? Same. So Kristen and Kaelan tell Paulie that the split is on him, right?
Yeah.
He is absolutely fuming. I think like there's people saying like that Paulie's losing the absolute plot at this point.
Nuts.
So he's storming around, basically speaking to everyone. He starts off like he's speaking to Kaz and he's like, put the votes on someone else. Then he goes to speak to AJ and he's like, I don't want to see my name coming out of that urn. And AJ's like, I think it will. But it's just so funny because it's quite like, I don't know, a parent saying to their child, like, I don't want to see you doing this. Probably just going around saying to everyone, I do not want to catch a sight of my name coming out of that urn.
What was it you said at one point? It was like, what are your thoughts on anyone but me?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Where do you guys stand on anyone but me?
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And he's also pushing the line, like, don't I deserve a break?
Yeah.
I love that. Like, his 2 things he's kind of relying on are basically 2 things that never work in Survivor and have never really, like, haven't I been through enough? And also, I don't want to see my name come out that urn. Change this split, make it someone else.
Imagine that way. Okay, Paulie doesn't want to see his name come out the urn, so we've got to
change the vote.
And to be fair, I could see that working if you're in an alliance and someone's throwing out your name as a split, you're absolutely fuming. You go to your alliance and say, right, my name is not being this split. I'm not down for that. Yeah. But I think the issue is like he's not got any authority.
I know.
So when he's going out saying, I do not want to see my name come out that urn, AJ just outright tells him, think it will.
Yeah. You need to be prepared for this.
Yeah, you need to brace yourself.
So we then have like on a separate scramble, we've got Miles going around trying to get the votes on Kristen. So he's going up to Logan. He's gone to Logan and to Paulie.
So this is Miles going under the radar.
Yeah, but he's just going off on his own. This is Miles under the radar. He's just not telling any of his alliance what he's up to. Yeah. He's just doing his own thing. So then he's got Logan and Paulie, and he's basically told them, well, he's told the camera that they're like his rat minions, essentially. Yes. And that they don't have a choice because it's the split is on them.
Yeah, he's
They
going to
have-
play his idol,
Yeah.
so they have to do something.
It's quite clever.
Yeah.
Did you like when he
Yeah.
was saying to Polly, I hope you agree, but you kind of have to go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have really riled me up. if it
Yeah.
was me.
I feel like a good idea. Execution, he probably should have gone to them and been like, right, I've got an idol. I'm going to play it. They're wanting to do you. What should we do?
Yeah.
What should the pair of us do to save you? I don't think he should have gone like,
just not Miles' style.
no, it's not.
He's
and
the
I love
Rat
him.
King for a reason.
Yeah. But there was one scene where AJ says to Miles, after this vote, we'll be back on the bottom. And he's like, that's where the jungle rat thrives, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying he's going to go from the jungle rat to the Rat King and then back to the jungle rat.
I
He's fine with
swear he
that.
goes from jungle rat to Rat King like 3 times an episode.
Yeah.
at the moment. So we've still got then Paulie's off in a tailspin. He's going to Kristen. Wait.
No, Kristen
sorry.
comes to him really because Logan then tells Kristen what the plan is and tells them what Miles is planning and Polly's planning. So then Kristen goes to speak to Polly about it and she's saying, I wonder if he's going to tell me that it's my name.
I don't understand this.
Why would he have? There was no other option
I
for him. It
know.
was kind of going to be like a him or her, really, unless he tried to talk. Well, I don't know, unless he tried to talk everyone round to Logan. But I mean,
It was a really strange conversation because
Yeah.
she was really furious that Paulie's writing down her name, but then she was writing down his anyway. And I think she's written his name before, maybe. So yeah, it was a very, very odd conversation, but still we're left with a bit of mystery over who the vote's going to be when we head off to Tribal. It's not really that clear what happens.
just for a change.
Yeah. At Tribal then,
I've got the quote. It's Polly is losing his mind.
it was an okay Tribal. I guess there's nothing really that stand out about it. We just had the Barren 5 and the Bounty 5
Yeah.
kind of separated.
yeah.
So it's just the Barren 5 eligible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We obviously get Miles playing his idol, and unfortunately, I can feel it coming.
Yeah.
Surely his time is no more.
Aw.
I mean, at one point, we thought he was getting a winner's edit.
Yeah, I thought so. A triumphant winner. He's winner of our heart.
Yeah. Sad to see him go, definitely,
Yes.
but he just couldn't hold on much longer.
Yeah, and I wouldn't I just felt so bad for him so much of the time.
Yeah,
I
if
would like to
anything, he's
see-
been put out of his misery.
I would,
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'd love to see him back for an All Stars and to like
100%.
be in a decent alliance and to thrive.
He is like, do you know how you get these players sometimes where you think you are such a good player, but you got drawn a bad hand?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It just feels a little bit like that with Paulie.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that Tribal, not very exciting compared to like the one before where we had the rocks for the bounty and the Barren and then the one after.
Oh my God, we were treated. So on to the last episode of the week then. Just a little fun fact, actually, following on from the last Tribal, Miles is now the player who has officially played the most successful idols in a season.
Yeah.
Because
Ever.
he's played 3 successful idols this season.
Wow.
So the first one that he did, he saved him. Then he successfully saved Paulie. And then he successfully saved himself again.
Is it also about the amount of votes that it cancelled out? Does that factor into it?
Yeah, is it about like if he hadn't played, it must be a successful idol play is where if you hadn't played it, the person would have gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if votes come into it.
Okay. That's still interesting though.
Yeah. And the rest of them are all like, where do you keep finding these Miles? And Logan's asking Miles if he's got a 3D printer that he's making them on. And yeah, Miles tells them, and the funniest thing is I've played all 3 successfully.
Yeah.
That's amazing, actually.
That is,
3 idols.
yeah, all
Well done,
played
Miles. Yeah.
successfully.
Amazing.
Only the jungle rat.
Jungle King.
Very impressive.
King.
King of the idols, king of our hearts.
Rat King. Rat King or Jungle King?
Oh,
Or
I think he
both.
says Rat King.
I think he's still, there's still the rat element because he's the Rat King and he's got his rat minions.
So we get some more insight into Kaelan's game then. And he's talking to the camera about how he's been trying to get out Kaz for a long time. He's been planting these seeds with AJ, orchestrating moves behind the scenes. I mean, we covered it earlier in the pod, but just to reiterate, a great strategy that I think he's pulling off very well at the moment.
Yeah. And also Kaz thinks Kaelan is in her alliance.
Yeah.
He's one of the people that she trusts the most.
Yes.
So he's very successfully playing both sides.
He is. And I really like that scene that we get with him talking to AJ. And he says to AJ, people treat me like, and AJ's like you're stupid.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, but I have to carry this on for us to be able to get to the end. So we know now that AJ
Knows.
that knows, but also that AJ is Kaelan's top 2 plan, like long game.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, I don't know actually who would win out of those two. Remains to be seen. But either way, we get a good insight into Kaelan's strategy there, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, I feel like Kaelan would maybe win because he's just so likable. I feel like he's got a really nice rapport with everyone.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think because AJ's probably annoyed a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although he might have technically played a bigger game, not necessarily a better game, but a more visible game.
Tough one out of those two, actually.
It would.
Came to it.
And I would be happy with either winning, to be honest.
Yeah.
So Kaz wants Kate out still.
Yeah.
And Zara also wants Kate out. She's talking to AJ about this and she's telling him it had better happen. Then AJ goes straight to Kate and tells her. Does Zara not know that AJ is really close with Kate? Because Kaz seems to know. Kaz is very concerned about AJ's alliance with Kate and Morgan, but somehow Zara doesn't know.
I know,
And Zara's like Kaz's buddy, but somehow she doesn't know that it's likely that AJ would go and tell Kate.
It's really, Zara's game is so
Chapter.
interesting. 'Cause, we never really see her having like the big strat chats. It's just often like
They're going and they better go.
yeah, it's just more her making her demands. And then, but yeah, interesting that she told him that. Maybe she's just trying to build trust with AJ.
Maybe. We've not really had tons of confessionals from Zara recently.
We've hardly had any, actually.
Yeah.
Not for a while, anyway.
What she's thinking.
So we're off then to the reward challenge. It's one of the ones that we hate. They've got like two balancing structures, I guess. They've got to kind of do the rope thing, take their dominoes blocks up, balance them, but they're linked in pairs. And both pairs have to get all of their dominoes lined up, and then they have to tie their rope on the hitch, as JLP keeps calling it. And then they have to both dominoes have to domino.
So boring.
It is. I really don't enjoy these challenges.
No, I don't either. It's not very entertaining just watching people put a bunch of blocks down, is
It's
it?
not.
And watching them slowly edge towards where they have to put the blocks whilst holding onto a rope and then slowly edging back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's meant to be tense with, the block's going to fall over, but it's just...
It's not. I tell you one thing, JLP is not glee ridden in this challenge.
No.
You can tell he's had enough.
and I wonder how long they've been there for.
I love when so like we get quite close and then we have like 3 big falls.
Yes.
And after each one, JLP's just like, disaster. You can tell he's like seething.
Yeah.
Because we know they've been there at least 30 minutes. We get that time elapsed at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On and on it goes.
It's one of those ones where like, it's a reward challenge. Like, really don't care who wins this. Just want someone to win so it's over.
Exactly, yeah. So, go on.
Just to note that Logan's sitting out and what, she just can't win? Like, usually when they have someone sitting out.
That was PD's job.
No, but usually they have someone sat out and they can like pick who they think will win.
Yeah, and they get to go with them if they... Yeah.
No.
Very unfair.
Did she not get that option at all?
Well, not that we saw.
Not that we saw.
Wow.
Because she had to be selected. Well, AJ and Kristen win and they choose her.
Yeah, that was weird.
It is weird, yeah. I would have been annoyed about that. If I was
Especially after
there.
just having been on Barren.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, they're off then to a big roast. They've got a lamb spit roast.
Yeah.
The cranberry juice was an odd choice, I thought.
I thought that.
Is that like a traditional thing, maybe? Cranberry
With
juice
lamb?
the
Maybe.
I don't know.
Mint sauces.
Yeah, you don't drink the mint sauce.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, am I saying cranberry sauce? Or
No,
did I say cranberry juice?
You did say cranberry juice, yeah.
I don't know why.
It's getting late.
Oh, Christ. It's that time of night where we get delirious again. Yeah.
Yeah, I said delusional, I meant delirious. But anyway, the cranberry juice kind of brings them together, and we get the four of them, which is Logan, AJ, Kristen, and Kaelan. And Miles actually is there as well.
He's not.
Miles isn't
No,
there.
he's not there. He doesn't get picked.
Sorry, yeah,
He's
the four
like,
of them.
then they're like, oh, let's pick someone from Barren. And then they don't pick Miles.
And he looked really upset about that. I
Yeah,
would have too.
I would have been.
But they decide they're all going to group together. Logan pitches that she wants Kaz out. We also get a confessional from AJ, who also wants Kaz out, saying he's trying to make it so that it's somebody else's idea because he doesn't want to come across as, controlling the votes anymore.
He's going under the radar, just like Miles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're all kind of on board with this.
And they finally get the confirmation. Logan tells them that it was Kaz that told her to play her idol.
Yes.
Which they suspected, but God, not a big thing has been made about this that we've really seen in the edit. We kind of got like one conversation right after that tribal,
Yeah.
but we never get to see like AJ asking Kaz, like, did you tell her to play it? No one seemed particularly bothered or fussed about it.
True. I would have enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah, I'd have enjoyed
think.
it. But
AJ chose to play it quite cool, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, so it was Kaz. Secretly, he's like, I knew it.
Kaelan had sussed it.
Yeah,
Kaelan was sus as a
he
donkey.
was.
So someone says about calling themselves the cranberries, then AJ's like, oh, can we call ourselves the berries?
Why did he need to make the distinction?
What's that, AJ? Was that Kaelan?
No, it was AJ.
It was like, oh, can we be the berries?
Seems like
Yeah.
a strange hill to die on. Like, what?
I know. Okay, so we're off then to the immunity challenge.
And it's a fun one, and we deserve this treat. We deserve it after that boring block reward
We
one.
do. And I really like these like huge survivor obstacle courses.
Same.
Yes.
The ones with the element where it's like first stage is this
Yes.
many people, and then 5 people will go on to the next stage, then it'll be 3, then it'll be however many. Or it just adds like
I like- yeah,
a different element to
Extra
it.
layer of it's like a race within a race.
Yeah, love it.
I like that.
We've got the barrels back, a smaller barrel, but still a barrel.
A health and safety conscious barrel.
Yeah. It still looks quite treacherous.
Oh, yeah, if you fell
doesn't
backwards
it?
off it, you wouldn't have a good time, but
Yeah, and JLP's saying this is where we see who has those circus skills.
Yeah.
What? Why would any of them have circus skills?
JLP's flying circus.
JLP's Glen College.
Yeah. It looks so hard, doesn't it? He actually says at one point, which like blew my mind when I was watching it, you have to walk backwards to go forwards.
Oh, God.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah, that just broke my brain thinking about that.
Yeah. Imagine trying to do it.
I know.
So, yeah, if you, this is another thing. If you fall off the barrel, as we saw with Zara, you have to go all the way back. You can't just
And
get
push
back
the
on.
barrel all the way back.
I mean, that is just mean, isn't it?
Oh, she was done for, wasn't
That's
she?
comedy
Like,
gold, though, just seeing her like 30 minutes later, still in the back.
still in the barrel.
When everyone else is doing like the sandbag toss, and you just see her in the background still in that barrel. It's almost as bad as that puzzle where they had to swim back to the pontoon if they guessed the sequence wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Producer's just ready to cut someone out of the race at this point.
Yeah.
So we get people then. So we've got the barrel, and then we've got the sandbag toss. Then we've got the monkey
Toss.
toss, that monkey knot thing. Then you go over the A-frame, and then you've got the puzzle on the other side. So Kaelan then is flying through the course,
Smashing it.
absolutely smashing it. He's over on one side of the A-frame, and then you've got everyone else pretty much still stuck on like most people on sandbags, few people on monkey knot,
Zara.
people on barrel.
Yeah.
Here's a question: how do you think AJ? How do you think JLP manages his time in these challenges? He needs to have eyes everywhere to be like back and forth and seeing.
Fortunately, he does.
Well,
Yeah, he must be getting fed by the producers what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Must be.
And as well, obviously, legging it up and down and dropping a squat every 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right, let's talk about this Kaelan thing.
Oh my God.
JLP has been just involved this season.
Yeah.
He has, but
I just couldn't believe. Do you want to fill us in on what happened, Coop?
so we get, as I said, most people still on the monkey. Is it called a monkey fist or a monkey knot?
I think it's a monkey fist.
Monkey throw?
They're on all these reality TV shows.
So doing New
It's
Zealand
cheap.
Island. It's like,
Just a ball of rope. Throw it into that thing.
a knot on the end.
So we've got most people still stuck on that. And then we've got Kaelan over on the other side.
So the other castaways can't see Kaelan on the puzzle. They can't see what he's doing. All they know is JLP's commentary.
Yes. So JLP is saying Kaelan's on something along the lines of like Kaelan's working through the puzzle. And then we get this shot of Kaelan looking to the side. And I wasn't even sure if JLP was there at this point. He says, shh, don't tell them. Don't tell them where I'm up to.
Yeah, he's like whispering, doing this kind of like gesture, like, don't tell them.
JLP's like, what?
It's his job.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Don't want to get fired. He needs to commentate.
I just love bargaining with JLP.
I don't want them to know I'm good at puzzles.
Yeah, he doesn't want the rest of the contestants to know he's good at puzzles. So he doesn't want JLP standing there shouting, Kaelan's making great work on the puzzle.
Yeah.
This is very interesting because one, it's JLP's job to commentate on where he's up to with the puzzle because we need to know.
Yeah, the audience need to know.
But Kaelan is bargaining with him.
Well, he's not even bargaining
bargain, is
because
it?
he's not like giving him anything
offering
in return.
anything.
He's
True.
just he's just
More of
telling
a
him to-
beg.
Yeah,
Please don't tell them.
do me a favour.
He's really...
JLP advised.
Yeah.
He is. So JLP is like, you're going to wait for them to catch up. And Kaelan's like, yeah. And JLP's like, okay.
Yeah, and off he trots.
Off he trots. And from that point on, he's just kind of like saying Kaelan's on the puzzle. He's not giving specifics. He's not saying Kaelan's really behind on the puzzle.
No.
He's doing a terrible job.
Yeah, he's got to be impartial.
He's not like Kaelan's really struggling or Kaelan's had a lead and squandered
Yeah.
it.
Kaelan's squandering that lead.
Yeah.
It's like
He
whacking
doesn't-
puzzle pieces left, right, and centre.
He doesn't go quite as far as that, but he does refrain from saying Kaelan's doing really well in the puzzle. He's
Nothing
racing.
overly positive, yeah.
What? This
Amazing.
was incredible. Loved it.
That's such a good move from Kaelan.
so smart.
Very smart.
And
yeah.
I love how JLP went along with it.
You know what? Kaelan's been working his social game with JLP.
I think he
throughout
has.
the challenge.
JLP seems
throughout
genuinely
the
like him.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now JLP's like, yeah, I'll do you a solid.
Yeah, he's always giving him a little pat. when
Yeah,
gives him
he
the immunity. He's
is.
like, well done, boy. Good boy.
Okay, here's a question. If it was a contestant JLP didn't like, which I mean, I've never seen him kind of not like anyone really, but if it was someone he wasn't as fond of, do you think he still would have done it?
He'd emphasised how good they were doing. He'd be like, and Kaelan's smashing the puzzle. He's nearly done. This
pieces
is
left.
unbelievable. I had no idea he was so good at puzzles.
Yeah.
He's a lot smarter than he like.
Yeah. Nah, I reckon he would have done that for anyone because he knows it's
knows
good, good drama.
TV, yeah. He's there for the
exactly.
entertainment.
He
so.
loves that. He just loves that nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, it was brilliant. Such
Yeah,
a good move. That'll be one of like the
Yeah.
best moves of the season, I think.
Yeah, and then Kaelan waits for everyone else to approach, and then there's about 4 of them there, maybe, or 3 of them.
AJ and
There's
Morgan are definitely
there, and Kaelan's still like clunking around with these puzzles. There's only like 2 or 3 not in,
Yeah.
but he's like clunking around with them, making it look like he
Stops to
can't get.
help Morgan get
Yeah, he
down.
says
Oh,
that
yeah.
Morgan gets down with a lot. And then he's clunking around with these puzzle pieces as if he can't get them to fit. JLP's like, oh, he's got 2 pieces left. Something's wrong.
You could see that look on JLP's
Yeah.
face.
There's a piece missing. And Kaelan's like, what? Where could it be? Looking under the table, and it's still in the bag.
Right. Was that on purpose?
I don't know.
That'd be even better.
I don't think he did that on purpose.
But
Because he'd already been dragging.
He'd already been dragging it out.
And also that is the kind of thing that actually could have sabotaged him doing it. If it was because it was just the corner piece. Unless, I don't know.
He did say his heart nearly stopped when he heard, when he realised there was a piece missing. He could have been acting, but
I feel like it's risky because at this point he didn't know that people were going to be quite so slow to get over to the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like if he'd had it out and it had knocked onto the floor, I could believe he'd done it on purpose. But because it was still in the bag, I think it maybe just was still in there.
But it really added into the whole ditzy kind of persona he's trying to. Because then everyone's like, oh, Kaelan, he's lost his puzzle piece. So then he wins and he's saying to them, sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, guys.
He's won. And Morgan's like, don't say sorry that you've won.
See, he is playing it so well because no one is commentating on him being a challenge beast.
Maybe they will after this.
Yeah, I will be interested to see if next week it comes up that he's how big of a threat he is.
I feel like he maybe doesn't mind being a physical threat, but he doesn't want to be like a kind of mental threat as well.
Actually, yeah, true.
Yeah, because maybe people are going to play the game of, well, I'll get Kaelan to the end because he's not really been playing a game. So final tribal, I'll beat him. And maybe he'll take me to final tribal if he beats me at immunity.
Yeah,
good point.
Oh my God, this is shaping up to be a great game from Kaelan.
So Kaelan wins.
Yep.
And GLP just gives him this look of like sheer admiration.
The admiration look,
admiration look.
You can just tell he's so proud of him.
Yeah, I reckon they'll be pals on the outside.
Yes.
Oh, it'll be a JLP Luke situation where they're making little adverts together.
Yeah.
And then we're into the scramble. Okay, so the plan is Kaz, as discussed at the berries, cranberries, whatever alliance thing. Kristen's not completely on board with it. She likes working with Kaz and she's wondering about doing Zara instead. So she asks Kate and Morgan like what they think about doing Zara. They're not on board. They want Kaz.
Yeah, I think their reasoning makes sense that Kaz is probably a bigger threat and would be harder to work with if Zara was...
Yes. But speaking of people wanting Zara out, Miles and AJ have this ridiculous coded chat that I was obsessed with.
Yeah.
So Miles knows AJ well enough to know that the plan that AJ has told Miles probably isn't the actual plan.
Yeah.
So then he goes to AJ and says, are you planning to do a thing that's not what we said we would do?
Yeah.
AJ, he doesn't say no. He says, I'm going to answer that with no.
Which is the most yes answer.
Yeah. And then we get the reason why Miles has brought it up. He's just wondering because he has a thing that he is thinking of doing. But if AJ also has a secret thing, he doesn't really want to, get in his way.
Yes.
So he'll step back. He'll let AJ do his thing instead of Miles doing his thing. He doesn't want to get in the way.
So just let me know if you've got a thing. I won't do my thing.
But AJ's just kind of like, I've not really got a thing. So Miles is like, okay, well, I'm going to do my thing and I'll let you, AJ, I'll let you know if it comes together. And then he walks off. And then after he walks off, AJ says, well, that changes nothing. But actually, it does change things. Because Miles then goes to Logan and speaks to her about Zara. Logan then tells AJ about this. And then AJ's just like, oh, I'll just have to adjust the plan.
He actually goes, shizzle.
And he asks Kristen to vote for Kaz then. But in amongst all of this, Miles speaks to Kate and to Morgan and they tell him the plan is Zara. So because of this, he gets it in his head that AJ is actually trying to do the same thing as him. And AJ's thing is getting Zara out instead.
I can't get enough of AJ and Miles this episode.
Yeah.
Their dynamic is so funny to me.
So Miles is like, okay, well, because I think we're planning the same thing, can you just tell me what your plan is? And AJ's just like, oh, no, I'll tell you a tribal.
Why?
Yeah, I felt Miles's exasperation there. I was like, why can't you just tell me now? Why do you need to wait until tribal?
Because he said he needs him to keep his pie hole closed.
Oh yeah.
That's the name of the episode.
Of course, yeah. Operation Shut Your Pie Hole.
I think the general theme is that you kind of don't want AJ or Miles to know what the actual plan is, because a lot of the time, if they don't like the plan, they will just go and do their own thing.
Yeah.
And AJ thinks he doesn't do that, but he does. And Miles definitely does it. And even though they're in this strong-ish alliance, they're both still doing it to each other.
Yeah, their alliance is so strange.
It's like they're constantly trying to one-up each other in how good at Survivor they are.
Yeah, but not even in
But they don't get mad at each other, which I love.
Oh yeah, it's like a friendly rivalry.
They're just like, do whatever. They're not annoyed whenever the other one doesn't do the plan.
They're proper like Bezzy mates, I think.
Yeah, it's such a fun alliance. I really love it. And meanwhile, you've got Kaelan just like, what is going So, Kristen sees Kaz in her end game, basically. So decides she's going to tell Kaz and says, you have to flip on Zara, otherwise you're going to be going home. So,
and she tells Kaz that it was AJ's plan.
Oh yeah. Kristen is still like gunning for AJ basically, isn't she? Like, I don't think those two will ever really be able to work together. So on to Tribal.
And I've just got a note that Paulie walks in on the jury and he is looking fabulous and he's looking furious.
Yes, what a combo.
He always looked bloody fabulous at Tribal anyway, even when he was a contestant. But now he's on the jury. He just looks amazing.
Next level. A man can dream of looking that good.
Yeah.
So dapper.
So dapper. And I love the tash.
Oh, I loved it. And then I loved his choker thing. Just such an icon. And then just that scowl he was giving everyone.
God,
loved it.
He even had a swish haircut, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was just put together.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. The thing is as well, I think, once you're on the jury and you've kind of got over the initial being upset that you got voted out, must be so much fun just being sat on that jury, especially one of the first ones on it. You've got a wee pal with you and you're just laughing at everything.
Yeah, if you're not going to win Survivor, you want to get voted out in jury time.
Do you remember when it was Dave and Sean on the jury together and they were getting on really well actually?
And they'd been arch rivals in the game.
Yeah, and something that's so interesting to think about is that the jury actually a lot of the time they don't have a clue what is going on. So obviously we're seeing it all at home, but I know that for a fact that the jury then go back to Jury Villa and try and work out what the hell was that? Whose move was it? Was that planned? And then that's why you get a lot of people trying to tell mime to the jury, this was my move, so they knew. Jury management.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Right. Imagine how much fun it would be if you're at Jury Villa. You know, when you go on holiday and then you have a day by the pool, a day just chilling. You go back to your hotel room, you get ready, and then you go for your evening entertainment or whatever. That your evening entertainment is Tribal Council. Right,
lads, time to go for the jury now.
What a holiday. Oh my God, it just must be so much fun.
Right, Barren boys, off we go. Another night in the jizzle.
Barren boys on tour.
To the jury. Get to see JLP and just get to see all those people that voted you out squirming.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right, we've got to talk about this Tribal because what a move from Kaz.
Oh my God.
She said, I'm going hard or I'm going home. And she went all in.
Love it.
I absolutely loved this.
And do you know where I think it went wrong?
Go on.
I think because she thought Kaelan was in her alliance and he wasn't. He was never going to vote with her.
Yeah.
And Logan, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, basically all went wrong
Kaz
because
thought she had more people outside.
half the people she pulled for the chat weren't in her alliance.
You know what, though? She had a right thought in thinking that Logan was in her alliance because obviously the week before she told her to play her idol and Logan said I owe you my life. Just proves Logan was on to her as a huge threat. Like, we've really started to see some good gameplay from Kaz, and they thought she's too much of a threat to keep in this game.
And Kaelan's been playing it really well. Like, so he's keeping everyone on side. And then we saw, even when she was asking him, like, Kaelan, did you know about all this? Like, to vote out Zara, vote me. He was just like, I've heard both sides. I don't know how I'm going to vote.
Yeah. So Kaz gets the 5 of them up then. Well, 5 including her. It says, can we have a chat?
I'm meeting.
She pitches Miles.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, AJ is across talking to Kate and Morgan.
Yeah.
And it's just Miles and JLP left at Tribal. I love this little moment between them. She's like, what do you want to talk about, JLP?
JLP's like, it's just you and me, Miles. No any jokes. And Miles is like, I think this is a joke, to be honest. And JLP's like, why do you think it's a joke?
Yeah, they're just having their own sort of tribal over there by themselves.
Tribal of one.
I'd love to know how long the Kaz's pitch went on for, because it didn't really seem like it was that long, but maybe they were there for ages waiting for her to try to persuade them to like Miles.
Well, like, if it was you then, you were Miles and JLP, would you just start chatting to him about like regular stuff, do you think? Would you keep it like game based?
So, got any hobbies?
That's a nice watch.
I was just about to say that.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
What do you think about releasing a range of action figures? JLP ones? Auction journal? Tribal journal?
What's the next challenge going to be, JLP?
Yeah.
The next challenge going to be...
I feel like JLP will be like a consummate professional.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think he would let it get
of course.
derailed. Well, not about non-tribal stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, you'd have to try.
Well, yeah, but so do you think him and Miles were just sat there talking?
Just chatting.
love it
about
if they were.
Survivor. Yeah. He was just asking him non-stop questions about like... Do you know, like the usual questions he asks everyone?
Yeah.
But he's just asking them
Miles.
all. Miles. Like he's just carrying
So
on.
Miles, what should someone be thinking at this point in the game?
Miles, what are you thinking as you go up to vote tonight?
So Miles, if you were Kaelan right now, would you be worried?
Yeah. Asking him the questions that are meant for everyone else.
I just love this move from Kaz, though.
I love it. I just love,
It was a good attempt, yeah.
just went
Obviously didn't
nuclear
pay
with
off,
it.
but yeah, I mean, you may
She
as well.
was so close to pulling it off, and for it being a draw, it was because Kristen flipped.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kaz laid it all out. She said, she mentioned then that she'd been offered that she should turn on Zara and save herself. Zara furious as always. And Zara was like, do you know who exactly has been doling out these offers? Kaz kind of tries to imply it was AJ, but AJ was like, well, I've not spoke to you all day.
Yeah.
So then everyone's like, who told her?
Yeah.
And then in the end, Kristen just says
Kristen's
it was
playing
me.
a loyal game, so...
And then it cuts to Polly, just like...
yeah.
Yeah, so... Then Kristen says something about like she's trying to be loyal and true, and then Kaz has like screwed her over.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess like from Kaz's perspective, she didn't want to be strong-armed into having to vote Zara, especially because she didn't know for sure whether it would go that way. And if she voted Zara and Zara didn't leave, she's like, she's in a bad situation. So I have big respect that she just went for it. It's a shame it didn't pull off. So in the end, then we do end up having to say bye to
Kaz, but I do think she will be an extremely fun jury member.
Oh, she will. She will. Also a potential future returner, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd love to see Kaz play again.
I would. I'd love to see all 3 of the current jury play again, actually.
True. Same.
Yeah.
We must be close to another All-Stars.
Oh, surely.
How long ago was the last one?
A while.
2 seasons ago, right?
Oh, it was ages. But then I guess is Australia versus the world, is that kind of replacing All Stars?
Basically is an All-Stars, right? That's the All-Stars of Australia versus the All-Stars of everywhere else.
All Stars of all time.
It is, but I want more All-Stars.
Yeah. I do as well.
I do enjoy, though, having fresh people.
Yeah, same.
Like, as much as I love, All Stars and the classic contestants, it's just like, it's fun to get a new crowd in every now and then.
I agree. I think, it works best either where it's all a completely new crowd or it's all previous players.
Yeah.
I think it's the hybrids when you get like the combo I don't love.
Yeah, because I
But
think...
then that was Heroes v Villains.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, true,
scrap that. No, it is good. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, it's just all good.
So, but we've had now 2 series in a row of completely new people.
yeah.
So we had Brains v Brawn 1.
Yeah.
And we've had
Titans v Rebels.
Titans v Rebels, and then we've had Brains v Brawn rematch.
But this is why I want an All-Stars, because there's so many good characters in Titans v Rebels and this one.
Yeah.
And then plus ones from other seasons that I just want to see play again.
And Brains v Brawn 1.
Oh, yeah.
I know some of them came back, but it wasn't technically an All-Stars.
Yeah, true. Oh, my God.
Right. Okay. So we get this very, very exciting preview for the next episode.
Is it going to happen?
Is it going to go to Rocks?
They better not be teasing us.
They've teased it before.
I will be so.
It's come close once. Very close once.
Very close.
We were all shouting at the screen for it to happen that time.
Go to Rocks. Take it to Rocks.
Oh my God.
Well,
I feel
it really
myself
happened.
like spilling over with excitement even at the thought of it.
Yeah. Oh.
I almost think the way this season's gone, production are going to engineer it so it definitely goes to Rocks.
Yeah, I reckon Miles will definitely be up for Rocks. I
He
reckon.
will.
Just for the sheer
Yeah.
survivor of it.
Miles and AJ are going
I
to
think AJ will
rooting
as well.
Rocks.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
He's a
but
gambler. We know it.
They want
like-
the iconicness of it.
I feel like AJ will be it's not ideal, but
but it's Rocks.
it's Rocks. Yeah, they want the iconicness.
Yeah.
One
Kaelan's
thing-
going to be scared of it. He doesn't want Rocks.
Kaelan will know
Yeah.
that Rocks is such a stupid thing
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
And it's the stupidest way to go out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really is. Who else? have you
Especially
got
if you're in
there?
a good position.
Yeah.
I don't think
But
anyone...
maybe he'll win immunity. Oh no, but wait, the immunity necklace you can get revoked from the immunity necklace.
No,
can't you, with
can
Rocks?
you?
I
Because
think
it
you can win
switches.
immunity, and if Rocks happens, then you
Oh,
can go
because
down.
Rocks
Yeah.
is everyone that doesn't get
yeah.
voted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
If they can't make a decision between them, then
Yeah.
they're up.
Please let it happen.
Please, God, it goes to Rocks.
We deserve this.
We deserve
Yeah, I
Rocks.
hope.
We deserve Rocks. Oh my God. That.
Fingers crossed.
Right, okay, let's continue guessing. Do you think Logan will want to go to Rocks? I think she'll maybe feel she's got nothing to lose.
I don't think anyone apart from AJ and Miles is going to want to go to Rocks.
Or do you think
Like,
Zara?
everyone else knows.
If Zara isn't one of the ones that's been
Oh.
voted for, she will be livid.
Imagine if it's just AJ and Miles who are up for elimination and somehow it goes to Rocks.
Oh my God.
I think I'd just love it.
That would be so good.
Please.
What will the rock bag look like? Will it be that boring grey pouch?
I reckon Jono's gone and taken it away and tie-dyed it.
Given it a zhuzh.
I really hope it's ninja-ified.
Bit of rhinestones.
Yeah.
Dazzled.
He's been spending his craft hour for each day, just like bedazzling his rock bag. It's like, I didn't know you were going to come out this season, but maybe now's your time.
But he might not have had time because that Domino's challenge went on so long.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he'll get like a bedazzle gun and just write like JLP's rock bag on the pouch. Oh, I hope
my
they do something
God.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine this time next week recording, we could be reporting on
Could be
Rocks.
reporting on.
Reporting on
We
Rocks.
could be talking about Rocks, yeah.
Yeah, or we'll be livid that it was.
There's no other podcast in the world really where the prospect of talking about rocks could be exciting,
And if
unless you're
you're-
like a geology podcast.
Yeah.
That's probably the only other genre where that's the sort of exciting prospect
all
of
rocks,
conversation. Right? Oh, next week we could be talking about rocks. Can't wait.
Wow. Tune in next week to
Where we'll
see.
hopefully be talking about rocks.
Everyone just please manifest, do what you need to do, we can do this as a team.
Let's all hope for rocks.
I don't know. Do you think anyone else wants to see rocks, or is it just us three?
No,
Surely
everyone
people
wants
do.
to see rocks. It's all about the drums.
Yeah, do you not think?
I don't know.
Well, let us know.
Sometimes I think we have a very strange take on things.
Oh, maybe.
Do you want to see rocks? Write to us at makeittomerge@gmail.com.
Well, I mean, people should let us know.
Or just,
Let us know.
comment on Instagram.
Yeah.
We could do a poll, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could do a
a poll on
poll.
our Instagram. So if you're listening to this, head on over to our Instagram, Make It to Merge Pod, and vote on our poll. Do you want to see rocks? Is it just us?
Let us know. And either way, we'll be back next week to talk about whatever happens. So hopefully see you there.
If you enjoyed listening to this, follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought, what you're thinking of this season of Survivor so far. We're also on Instagram at Make It to Merge Pod, and on TikTok also at Make It to Merge Pod. Follow us there.